The best stuff in comics this week.
Welcome to another episode of The Best Stuff in Comics this week. This is where we look at the other best stuff besides the best story, the best cover, or the best fireplaces. This week's best sidekick rivalry comes from Red Hood and the Outlaws number 17. We have a little gathering. We have Roy Harper meeting Damian Wayne, the current Robin.
That hat looks stupid. Who are you supposed to be, Redneck Man?
Name's Arsenal, and what's stupid is a 10-year-old boy who thinks I will kick his ass because he's a 10-year-old boy. So one quick costume change later, they're going at it. But it's not all about fighting. Later, Roy even tries throwing the football around. Go long! Wow. Best sidekick rivalry this week. Speaking of Roy Harper, this week's best use of a toolbox comes from DC Universe Presents number 17. So DC Universe Presents Arsenal. He's been captured. He's in a bit of trouble. He manages to escape because he's Arsenal and he can turn things into weapons. So what's he do?
He's found a toolbox. Toolbox. We have an army's worth of guns. Why do you worry about a toolbox?
And then we see him running with the toolbox and a really super long screwdriver that he's stabbing people left and right with. Best use of a toolbox. Don't try this at home, kids. This week's best Monkey Ball special comes from Deadpool number 5. Now you may be familiar with the Fastball special. This is something that usually Colossus and Wolverine have perfected, where Colossus grabs a little hairy guy and he chucks him, throws him usually like at a giant sentinel or something. Got a little variation here. We have Deadpool. He's out in space. Read the issue, you'll see why. There's the little monkey. One Monkey Ball special coming up. Sadly, the monkey doesn't do too well after that. But best Monkey Ball special this week. This week's best Big Brother moment comes from Nightwing number 17. So we have Nightwing. He's going through a hard time. Damian Wayne, of all people, tries talking to him to start up a conversation.
And you know, assuming you survived the rest of the week, we should do this more often. Perhaps over the new Sword Walkers game. It's supposed to be quite enjoyable.
Basically, Damian wants Dick to buy him the game because he's a 10-year-old kid, and you know the game's probably rated mature, and they're like, "Sorry, kid, you need an adult to buy it." And you know Bruce isn't going to buy his kid a violent game because he's a responsible parent. Best Big Brother moment this week. This week's best mask-breaking knockout comes from Justice League number 17. Now, we've seen the punches before. You know, you got to draw. You got to be dramatic. You're going to punch someone. You're going to give it your all. You're going to knock them in the face and in the jaw. Best way to show your anger, put all your strength, you break their mask. And that's what happens. Aquaman's not too happy.
That's why I never wanted the crown.
I wonder how much that mask cost. Where do you get a new mask? You can't just go to the store and buy an Ocean Master mask. So it's probably custom made. That probably would really tick him off. Best mask breaking knockout this week. Speaking of punches, this week's best knock your pants off punch comes from Supergirl number 17. So this is the Hell on Earth storyline. Hell and Superman are fighting. Hell punches Superman. He punches him so hard, Superman's underwear is showing. He doesn't wear the underwear on the outside anymore, so something kind of weird happened here. Knocked his pants off, sort of. Not really. Best knock your pants off punch this week. Now this next one might be a little bit of a spoiler, so here's your warning here. The best, most touching, most romantic, best proposal this week comes from Batwoman number 17. Here's a sign of love. You wear your emotions on your sleeve. You just let it all out. You say it like it is. Batwoman just says it straight out. Marry me, Mags. And smooches her like that. In front of whoever's there, it doesn't matter. Best, most romantic, touching proposal this week. This week's best use of an evil robot comes from Superior Spider-Man number 4. So as you know, the Superior Spider-Man, he has taken the living brain, evil computer, he's reprogrammed him, he does his bidding, so he's got a couple guests in his lab.
Uatu Jackson, Max Modell, greetings. Care for a tasty beverage?
No thanks.
Sorry.
And then later,
Tastier beverage?
Tastier?
Added sugar. Humans like sugar.
Best use of an evil robot. Make them serve you drinks. Tastier drinks. This week's best Hugh Jackman reference comes from Savage Wolverine #2. Wolverine, Hugh Jackman. Wolverine, he's in the Savage Land. He's talking to Shauna. Shauna's just like talking on and on and on.
Heh, you know, you're shorter than I imagined. I always figured you're a tall guy like that actor Hugh Jackman. But you're actually pretty short. Hell, I think I might be taller than you.
Best Hugh Jackman reference this week. And this week's best stolen lunch comes from the Avengers #6. They're at the Avengers Mansion. There's a bunch of Avengers now at the Avengers Mansion. And Spider-Man, he's chowing down. Sam and Bobby come. What do you think you're doing? Isn't it obvious? I'm saving the world. The container clearly says Sam. Sam, not Spider-Man. Sam. I tend to overlook the little things. Best stolen lunch this week. Superior Spider-Man, he doesn't care. He'll steal your lunch even if your name's on there. So you watch out. That is it for this week. Special thanks to Maddie De Niro, Jess Joshing Leak, DJ Fanco, Director 421, and Josh Go. If you would like to contribute, you can tweet me on Twitter, because that's where you tweet. G-Man from Heck, use the hashtag BestStuffInComics. Give me your suggestions, I'll take them under consideration. Do it before Thursday morning, because that's when these film. So always look for the best stuff, and keep an eye on your lunch if you're sharing a refrigerator with Superior Spider-Man, because he don't care.